Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, in my hands is the Transformers, the movie Megatron. It's kind of an interesting one. I'll admit I'm a little torn on it since, it's not quite Transformers the movie. And we'll kind of go into that in a bit. But I'll be honest, I have a very soft spot for Transformers the movie. So I've been getting a lot of the figures, and I don't think I have a classic Megatron figure from Hasbro, from like the regular Transformers line. I know I've got some from like the Transformers Red line, but I don't think I have just straight up Megatron. God, how much stuff do you need to plug this in? Let's get this completely free. There we go. That's. The final bit is whatever is in here. Alright, let's clean up really quick. Alrighty, let's dive into Megatron. Alright, so I said that, this is sort of Megatron, just because, we know that Megatron is classically pistol, and this one obviously is not. They haven't made that for quite a while, so we're kind of left with this weird spot. So you got a Transformers the movie version that's not the classic pistol, that is instead a tank. So take it or leave it. It is what it is. We're in the reality that we're at. So yeah, the one I would say the good thing is one of the accessories is a pistol that is very much like the classic Megatron one. So let's get that in the hand. Of course, that's rather loose. That's not a good thing. That just like popped out of its joint like in 2 seconds. There we go. And let's get this on. Just need to go here. Yeah, that looks like that needs to go here. And then let's put the sword on the back to show off the figure. As I said, like it is what it is. Obviously we're not getting the old pistol Megatron back for maybe quite some time. Maybe we will get something. But it is a tank version that they're saying is from the movie, so just, I guess, suck it up. As far as design, like, it does look a lot like, what you'd expect Transformers Megatron to look like, an OG Megatron. So it captures the design really well. Overall, like, I'm happy with it. At least this part of it. Let's go with movement. The foot moves up and down. The knees very loose, but single joint. Upper leg twists. Hip has the full movement range of motion that you'd kind of expect. And then the waist is, again, loose, but a lot of motion. Arms up and down and out. And the elbow, it's a single joint, but it is a pretty solid bend right there. And then the hand does move around, and the fingers move around. So at least we got that. Let's see here. Head up and down, side to side. So that's all good. General design, as I said, it looks a lot like the classic Megatron. It does capture the look of the figure. We got the giant cannon on his arm. We got the old kind of part of the gun, just what part of the barrel, right? That was on. And then the sword that Megatron has every so often. It can fit on the back as well. So just as far as like having a Megatron figure, not bad. Like it really is, I'll say, a pretty solid take on the figure. So now the question would be is, what's the transformation like? So let's take everything off and get going with that. Just like, first things first, just popping this up. And get the hand in here. Make sure the fingers are all down. Alright. Out. So that's step 4. Step 5. So it looks like we need to close this up. I think the arms get twisted around, it looks like, maybe. And the shoulders kind of get pushed a little bit forward. What is it? Oh, it looks like they come out. Aha. So the side arm has to come out like this. Don't know if I necessarily have to do that on the back, but you definitely have to, well, no, it looks like you kind of have to do both of it. So front, so this comes, so this is not yet, so this, pops up, and that front part comes down. Head comes down. And that comes up. And then this part comes out. And then the waist twists. This comes up. And they go towards the back. And then his knees. Aha. So legs go back and then clip into the hip things. Alright, let's see here. Oops. This needs to go back up. Why did that? Something go down. Ah. So that goes, clips there, like that, and then I don't know if this is right or not. I feel like, so this definitely clips. That part I'm right. And then I think this part comes up. It's supposed to clips like that. Then I think this is supposed to come down somehow. Or maybe not. Let's twist around like this. And this. Oh, okay, that's like that. Alright. And this goes up. This goes up like that. And it seems like this goes up like that. Or this goes up like that. So I think this is around this way. This, I think, comes together, it looks like. Connects. And the feet go up. This might supposed to be, maybe this is supposed to be twisted around? Yeah, I think it's supposed to go this way, honestly. That doesn't make a lot of sense because it definitely goes here. It definitely goes here. But all of this should be on the other side. And doesn't seem to want to do that. So, yeah, I think I messed this up somewhere. Pretty sure this is supposed to be on this side, based off these pictures. This goes like that. And wow, this like all pops out. This is like the big giant expanding thing. Yeah, I messed up something somewhere. Alright. Another fail. Maybe we'll have to go and try this at some other point. Try it on my own without a camera and no pressure. And yeah, I got nothing. We know I'm gonna mess up again. Definitely an interesting build. It's very complicated. This is not, you know, the old school Megatron that you know of that is fairly easy to transform and make into a robot that looks like it needs a workout with its legs and yeah. The robot's cool. We'll go with that. So my general take is it looks like a cool build. If I can get the tank down, I have a feeling this is actually going to be really neat in the tank mode as well. Clearly, I've got some issues when it comes to transforming it. So, you know, not too surprising that I'm kind of having issues for those who have seen my... Oh, okay, at least we got it back to this level. So it is what it is. We'll go and we'll try to transform it into a tank at some other point. Maybe get some photos off of that, but we're not gonna bore you with me futzing around and trying to figure that out for God knows how long. My general take is it seems like a cool figure. The transformation I kind of, you know, go back and forth on. You know, I personally am very much would prefer the old school gun and just it is what it is, but you know, make it not quite as obvious of being a gun. But I realize in today's climate the chance of that happening is slim to none. So yeah, but beyond that, like the robot design I think is really nice. Like the robot design does look a lot like the classic figure, or at least the classic animated take on the figure. Obviously the figure didn't exactly live up to the anime version. Or not the anime, the animated version. So there was that. But yeah, I mean, it's decent. Like, I think it's worth adding to the collection if you really want the robot version and don't mind the tank. But beyond that, not bad. Like, it's a cool figure. Like, there's a lot going for it. Joints seemed a little loose. That would be one thing that really sticks out to me. But yeah, you can go get yours. We'll have some links underneath this video. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site, so thank you. And just watching our video support us, so always thank you for that. If you are into Transformers, particularly the comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. And of course, you can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep playing with your toys and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.